Okay, you guys. Hey, this is the next morning after doing the radiator. Long story short, I jumped in after letting it run and making sure it was not leaking. And the temperature gauge was pegged out hot, and it was getting a warning about transmission overtemp. Immediately shut it off, and I'll show you what we're going to do now. Okay, we're doing the thermostat, and the reason I think it's the thermostat, I guess, well, the main reason, after I felt the hoses, right? Okay, the top radiator hose, that's coming from the radiator, going into the motor. That was hotter than Hades, and you can see I've drained the coolant, which was mostly water, because I hadn't added coolant yet. But that is the thermostat housing right there, and that goes from the motor to the radiator. And if the thermostat is stuck closed, it's not allowing coolant to go through the radiator, the engine's going to overheat. So if I could grab this hose, the lower hose, and it was not near as hot. It was hot. I would say it was really warm. Where this one was really hot. So I'm guessing that the thermostat was stuck closed. There was no issue with it before I did the radiator. If any of you guys, well, I'm thinking this will fix it. If not, I'll be asking for help on this. But yeah, so maybe as I drained it the first time, some junk or whatever was in the coolant after 180,000 miles made the thermostat hang up. Anyway, I'm going to show you guys. This is really simple. So here we go. Okay, these are 8mm bolts. That baby's old. I bet that thing's got 180,000 miles on it. That's the old one. And if you notice this little tab right here? That goes right there. You'll position it right there in the housing. And if you notice too, the housing itself does not have a gasket going to the engine block. The only seal is this right here. So okay, let's go get the new one. Okay, I am going to clean up that surface. Here's the new one. Just a nice little press fit there. Okay, there we go. Now I got to get some coolant in there. Pray, fingers crossed, that that was the issue. If not, I don't know what the heck it is. Anyway, okay, we'll get it filled up and I'll show you what's going on. Okay, I just wanted to show you guys a little trick so you're not draining your whole system, your overflow tank and everything. You know, when you drain, just pull the overflow, the expansion tank overflow tube, pull that off, and as long as the opening is above the level in the expansion tank, it won't drain. See, watch. See, there it goes. So that'll save you some coolant. I'm going to put that back on now, and this is made for filling the system. You want to pull this out, because this will be the highest spot. Actually, it's probably the same level as that line on the expansion tank. So that way you know you're pushing all the air out of the system. When you're filling it, it'll come right out here. And I also leave that going, that open. So anyway. Don't fall. If you noticed, I put a little Teflon tape on there, some plumber's tape, when I did the water pump last year. If you guys want to see that video, that's it. Oh no, I did it on the Mustang. But yeah, if you want to know how to do a water pump, check out my Mustang water pump video. Didn't have the channel yet when I did this water pump. Okay, all the hose clamps are on. The petcock, the bottom of the radiator is closed. So let's let it run here. We're gonna leave the radiator cap off. See the air bubbles coming out of there? Now eventually here, that lower hose, the thermostat should open, and that lower hose should get just as hot as that upper hose. And the fan will kick on. I gotta go watch the gauge here, make sure it isn't shooting up. You can see it's still pushing a few air bubbles out. Lower hose is still cold. Upper hose is getting hot. Don't get your fingers in the belt. Looks like the bubbles are mostly out of there, so I'm going to, you know what? No, I'm going to wait till, there we go. I'm going to wait till that thermostat opens. If you got air in your system, that means there's not coolant there, and it's going to be, depending on how much air, it could overheat the motor. You know, you want the minimum amount of air, no air preferably. Okay, that bottom one is starting to warm up. Of course, you cannot hear the thermostat open, but that might have been open, pushing some that air out here just a minute ago. Yeah, there we go. Okay, yeah, it's warming up now. I don't know, I guess do I look like Homer Simpson? Anyway, my boys got me this many years ago for Father's Day. Make sure you turn your heater on too, because there could be air in that system, and you know your heater core pulls water from the cooling system, you know, from the... Okay, the fan is running. You guys probably heard it kick on. Lower hose is warm. The temperature gauge in the Jeep is probably cooler than I've ever seen it. Yeah, that's hot. Okay guys, I think we got another successful do-it-yourself home shade tree repair. Gosh, you guys can do it yourselves. Here, look at the temperature gauge. It's been running now for what, 15 minutes? 20 minutes? 15 minutes? I don't know. Anyway, that is the coolest it ever runs. So, new radiator. Last year, new water pump. Just put the thermostat in today. We're looking good, guys. We're looking good. And I will let you know. I'll let you know if I'm missing something here. There's no leaks. So, hey, I appreciate every single one of you guys. I love doing this, and you guys can do it too. Just ask any questions. If I can't answer, I'll look up in the Haynes manual or whatever. I'll tell you I don't know, but because I'm not a professional mechanic. God bless. Appreciate you guys watching. We'll see you next time. Hopefully in Junebug or camping somewhere, a different adventure besides working on the vehicles. Thanks. Bye.